Hi world. I believe we're live. We're about to find out here in 2 seconds who else is live with me. But until then, thank you. Another week, Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. And why I always do that, I look up the wrong thing. There we go. So we had a weekend. We were at the Patches and Pens Expo on Saturday at the Reef in downtown LA. We're gonna get into that a little bit. We're also gonna talk a little bit about posting and reposting and property rights and kind of just the etiquette and protocol of sharing your pictures of your pens and kind of how that goes when you're talking about promotion, when you're promoting other people's pens, and whether or not you're using a picture that the pen company who made the pen's posting or a user or collector who is posting the pen. Because, you know, photographs on Instagram, while yes, that's kind of free domain, sometimes it's not always, you know, it's just not cool. It's not cool to do that. Because I had an incident today where the pen mob took one of my gorillas picture and posted it, and that's fine, but they didn't say that I took the picture, which is cool, but I'm not doing photography marketing for you guys. You didn't pay me to take that picture for you to take. I know you're just trying to help them out, but you should have at least approached them at first, I feel like, the maker, and say, hey, can we use this picture that you have? And if they say, well, we didn't take that picture, then they'll tell you who did take that picture, and then you go to that person and say, hey, can we use this picture? We'd love to repost this and promote the pen brand. So, you know, it's just one of those things. You want to see communication. It's so easy now. We have direct message. For so long we didn't have that. We have that now, and email and all these outlets to talk to each other. So, Skiggity, what up? Sick Mind Pens, what's up? Bunsen Bean, Wild Coiffure. I'm not sure who else is in there. What's up? Happy Monday, yes. Glad you all can make it. So, you know, like, that's just what I'll start with. I'll just start with that. Like, I just feel like, you know, there's comes a point in terms of the community and whether or not you're going to be a part of it or you're going to try and use it. And are you trying to use the community to make a quick buck, to turn a profit, to be capitalistic, or are you trying to involve yourself in the community and be a active member and respect the kind of the etiquette and protocol in which we operate? You know, I don't think that's too much to ask. What's up, Farts? All right, so we got Farts by Dallas in here. We're going to go ahead and get straight to his pen. Punch It Chewy, what's up, man? You can check it later, dude. That's cool. I appreciate you showing up. We'll get into your stuff later on in the week. While I got Farts by Dallas here, we'll put that topic on hold, and we'll go straight to Grandpa Bats, or Grandpa Bats. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, or that's what I like to call it. So he was kind enough to send me this sold out, no longer in existence. You cannot purchase this version of his first pen, Grandpa Bats. Which is soft enamel. It looks to me like black nickel metal, maybe black metal. Yeah, black metal. And it's super diesel. It's very big. It's much bigger than I thought it would be. It's got the typical soft enamel grooves in it, which I like a lot. You know, when you're getting a soft enamel pen, that's part of the whole draw of it, is that you want to be able to feel the creases and the crevices and the detail of the pen. I'll hold it up close for you guys so you can get a good look. I'm not sure how good of a look you can get on it, but there it is. So if you weren't lucky enough to get this pen in its original incarnation, I believe he told me that he has held a few back for some sets that he's got planned with another Gotham 2.0 with Shy Human Effects. They're gonna team up later this week and release a couple sets with the Robin War on Gotham set that they released earlier. But I like this pen a lot. I didn't get this pen at first because I was late on the game on it. I saw it and I wasn't, you know, I'm a Batman fan, but I'm just not that big into the new Batman stuff. And I you know, this and then he did a second one that I missed the boat on too, but then he did the Thomas Wayne variant that I thought was so cool. And I had to have that. So then also, of course, the recent Harv that he put out, which was great. So yeah, thank you very much for this, Farts, Mr. Dallas Farts, but Farts by Dallas, F-Arts. fan arts. I don't know what it is, but keep doing it. Look forward to what they got coming later this week. Sorry, Bunsen Bean, I don't know what to tell you about the audio. I don't know what to say. This pin, actually, now that I look at it in person, is much more attractive than any photo can, I think, do it justice. So I hope that you can get a feel for it in the video that I showed you just now, to see. Yeah, the face is dope. I agree, the face is pretty dope. So, oh, it's your car. Well, I'm sorry, guys. You can check it later, though, the parts that you missed. So, the last thing I want to say about the reposting of images while we're finishing up the intro of this is that to get back to communication, it is so easy to send a direct message or to say, hey, what's up? And if you don't care about who took the picture, as I'm reading in the comments, I don't have enough time to catch up with all the drama that ended up unfolding on this that I'm going to catch up with after the stream. But I had Limelight Designs come to bat, and I also took this to Fourth Kind Pens, whose pens they are, and just wanted to make it known. That's it. I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything from anybody. Why should you? We're an open community here. I don't understand where the secrecy and where you're trying to get off on one if you're trying to if you're trying to make $1, that's fine. So are a lot of the other makers, but they're not using other people for that ends, as means to that end, I guess is what I'm getting at. And so that's what I feel like. I'm just another collector, and I'm soon to be a maker, and I'm trying to be a cultivator of this entire community with what I'm doing here. So the moment you go and steal, the Bluetooth battery's dying. The moment you go and steal one of my pictures without even saying anything to me and post it, and then when I ask you, and all I did was say, hey, that's mine. And the first thing you said to me was, we can take it down. We don't credit people like you, basically. And I was just gonna say, hey, all you gotta do is say photo by Pen Pirate, pens by Fourth Kind. That's it. But you can't even do that. That seems like such a simple thing to do. So anyway, that'll be the end of that, or the beginning of that. I don't know. We'll see where that ends up going. But I just hope that we can have respect for each other in terms of collectors and makers, especially because your account, Pen Mom, I'm talking directly to you now, is a repost account that also makes pins. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what side of the line you're on, and you don't even seem to be a collector. So are you just trying to promote friends that have given you free pens, or is it something where you're promoting things out of hopes to get it? I don't know. I really don't know what your intention was or what your intention is. The intentions of those who do just repost pins that they don't even take pictures of, that they don't even collect. That's what I don't understand. What are you guys doing here? Really? What are you doing here? So, Bunsen Bean, we use pics and ask or tag, always ask a photographer. I mean, it's that simple, right? It really is. Limelight, I was shocked. They just flat out said, we don't credit reposts. That's property theft. It's someone's property. I agree. It is. So, you know, I open this platform up for everyone to come and discuss. And like, sure, you can't talk back at me, but you can comment back. And I address every comment that I get that deserves to be addressed when we're discussing this. That's what the point of this is live. That's why I asked Dallas to come in so he could hear me talk about it. And hear, you know, I could ask more questions about this, but I already know the answers. You know what I mean? Is that he's got none left. And he's going to put some more out in a couple sets that he's got coming with some new stuff. And that's the hot news. That's it. That's the hot news. So he gave me that. But here, I would prefer it if Pen Mob came in and discussed with us why. Or maybe they don't care. They obviously don't care. So that's it. I didn't incur hella art school debt just to watch this stuff happen. You know, I agree. I couldn't agree more. That's why I'm trying to come here to bat for you guys. Because, look, I've been around in so many different fields, and most of them have been creative, really, in some way. So that has to do with business and selling your creativity and selling art. So this is not a strange land to me. Wild Coiffure. I'm just paranoid now about reposting, so I always just share photos of the pen stores' websites and tag and hashtag and caption who they are. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's really all we're asking. I think all they're asking for. You know what I mean? Is just a little bit of credit where credit is due. It's that simple. And if you care enough about the artist's work and the artists themselves and their well-being, plus the collectors, I mean, wouldn't, I don't know, are you not trying to involve yourself, or are you just trying to be an outsider using it? That's where I asked the question, so I don't know. The next topic was going to be the Pen and Patch Expo, and we have 12 viewers right now, so we might as well get into that while I have everybody talking, because the pen reviews can wait. The Patch and Pen Expo on Saturday. I was lucky enough to acquire a ticket that I did not pay for. Let's just put that out there straight. I was given a ticket by a good man at another pen making company who was given to me at the pen pop-up I went to 2 weeks ago in Gardena, and I wasn't originally going to go to this thing because I was going to be out of town working, and I just serendipitously ended up being able to go. And so, being that I could go, I had great expectations for the fact that I was going to meet a lot of pen makers, do some trades, see some new stuff that I'd never seen, have more of a dialogue with you guys and within like the realm of what I'm trying to do with this and what I would like to do in the future with you guys and what's coming from you guys. So it was supposed to be an all-around like four-dimensional experience for me in terms of my excitement, my collectibles, all of it, right? Oh, and we have no more music the rest of the show. That's very disappointing. So, anyway, when I originally set out to go there, I thought, oh, I'll go early. I'll go at noon so that I can have conversations, get a chance to talk to people before it gets too busy, right? I guess I underestimated the fact that it was adjacent to and in a company with another fashion event called the Bank Sale, which has been going on in LA for about 5 years. I didn't realize that this is like the second, maybe or third Patches and Pens Expo, but here's the first gripe I'll make. Above anything else, above all of it, when I look at the layout of the map for the expo, you have a centerpiece of the Patches and Pens side that essentially is surrounded by a whole bunch of other things that have really nothing to do with the Patches and Pens Expo. So the yellow part in the middle signifies the Patches and Pens Expo. And you see all the other parts around that are all the other vendors for all the other things that are going on for the Agenda Show or the Bank Sale or whatever this is. It's a high-end fashion event that goes on in LA. And so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I guess what I'm getting at is just my first observations of it. There wasn't a whole lot of forethought put into the actual execution of fusing this into whatever was already occurring. There was a whole contingency and group of people that were coming to this event specifically for the Patches and Pens part of this. And I think that a lot of us were a little taken aback by the nature in which it was all kind of sewn together and really difficult to navigate, to enjoy to its fullest extent. And it didn't really benefit the makers in the way that I think that a lot of the makers who I've spoken with intended for it to. So we'll get... all right, let's get to some of the comments here. Thank you, Bunsen Bean. That's hilarious. I went to the Patches and Pens Expo and it was fun, but it was such a strange smorgasbord mix of streetwear, patches, and pins. Yes, it was, and I think that that's the problem. That's one of the first things I'll mention, is that if you're going to do a Patches and Pens Expo in addition to a fashion event, you need to make sure they're clearly defined and separated. Having it all blend together like that confused the fuck out of me. I spent the first hour making laps to make sure I saw where all my pins... Then I looked at I was looking at the map too and everything, and I saw where the makers were. It's not that I don't know how to read it. I've gone to Comic-Con so many times. Like, I know my way around an expo map, okay? And a convention map. But the problem with it was, a lot of the times you'd have other people blending from other places coming to get you, talking to you. There was just a whole bunch of barking, is what I like to call it, barking going on at the event. Then I felt distracted on all sides. I didn't feel like I could have a conversation because there was a DJ booth in the corner and its bass was just on level 15 and it was pumping throughout the entire thing, so much to the point where I couldn't have a normal toned conversation with many of the people that I was trying to have conversations with because I had to scream at them because the bass was just so loud and in my face. And I got a lot of complaints like that. I got a lot of other makers tell me that. I got there and there was a line around the corner. And I thought, well, I guess coming early was not the right idea. And so I go to the end of the line, And I stand there for a second, and I think, well, I already got tickets. So maybe this is just a line to buy tickets, thinking it's that popular. And that many people don't have tickets. So I walk back to the front, and I, at the front door, ask the guy, hey, is this the line for regular? He goes, yes, VIP, tickets, everybody. Everybody enters through this line. I'm like, wow, okay. So I go back around to the side. When I go back and stand in line again, there's only about 5 more people that were there from when I got there. A whole bunch of people suddenly came after me, and the line stretched around the other corner, right? At that point, I noticed that there were some photographers coming that were like, they looked official. They had badges on and wristbands on already, and they were already doing their thing, having conversations with certain people in the line, all this stuff. And I was like, oh, this must be event press. They must be, this, in my experience, which I have a lot of, when you're doing an event and you're trying to generate awareness, publicity, marketing, all this stuff, you want to show the measure in which you've reached a crowd and how big your crowd can get. So I just thought it natural that they would have their social media, other marketing people come by and take pictures and video. Fine, one wave, great. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, another wave comes by. I'm like, whoa, and I'm hiding. I don't want to be in your video. I hide my face. I don't want to be in it. So, yeah, people couldn't hear because of the music. And you were, yes, all the pin makers were closer to the base. Okay, these things, I'm going, we're crossing stories here. When I saw a third wave of camera people come by, another kid who looked like he might be a part of the organization and part of the event stopped and started chatting with the people behind me, okay? And in that, he brought them some stuff or whatever. And I mean, there was a big chunk of people ahead of me who didn't get any of that stuff, and they suddenly came back here and started giving stuff to the people behind me, and then that was kind of bothersome because I saw a bunch of other people with gift bags. And I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? And now we've come to learn in comments, and we'll get to there, comments post-haste on Instagram that have happened via Patches and Pins Expo's Instagram, that they gave out stuff to kind of accommodate and apologize for the time limit that people waited. Well, I didn't get any of that, and I didn't get any explanation, which apparently the explanation was the fire marshal was having an issue. This is what I mean by foresight and being proactive. Would you not have had a conversation with the fire marshal ahead of time about capacity, about amount of people that can allow to enter at a time, etc., etc.? Where is your thorough accountability for all the layers in which you were expected to operate here on this function and at this event? I have done a lot of special events. I've been involved in movies. I've been involved in digital. I've been involved in sports. I've been involved in music. And every single public event I've ever been a part of had someone who was on the base ground of operations, a coordinator, a manager, a field operator, somebody who was a point of contact for your vendors, for your attendees, for security, for other artists, anybody who is a part of this that's on the business side, anybody who's a part of this that's on the creative side. Okay, so the business side is the logistics of letting people in, security, merchandising, all the stuff, food and beverage, all the whole nine that goes into organizing it, the logistics. Then there's a creative side that needs someone who is accountable to all the vendors and all the people who are trying to come and basically giving you their hard-earned money to sell more of their stuff in hopes of making more business for themselves. Okay? I'm not feeling bad about what I didn't get. What I would have preferred is just the communication. But what I'm also getting at is, yes, you gave away tickets. What does that say about your event? Could you not sell the tickets? Nobody asked you to give dollar tickets away. Nobody asked you to give tickets away for free, period. Maybe you wouldn't have had a crowd if you didn't. I'm not sure how to address that. Also, when you make up an excuse and then delete a comment about that excuse, that shows me that you're full of shit, and I'm calling it like I see it, a spade. You are dancing around the truth, which is that we are right and you are wrong. And you can call us haters, and you can say that we are, disappointed because we didn't get what we wanted. When you close an event an hour ahead of time and don't let people in an hour until after you say you will, and don't allow vendors to communicate with themselves and do more business within the confines of where you've set them up to do that business, you are showing me that you don't give a shit about what you've just put on. You don't care. You have no regard for the art. You have no regard for the capitalism that's happening. So there's two things that you're shooting in your foot there as an American or as someone who's trying to operate in the city of Los Angeles, in a city of commerce and creative. Okay? I went at basically at 1 o'clock. I went at like 12:30. I left my house at like right before noon, and it took me a little while to get there. So I got there and parked by like 12:20, and I was in line by 12:30, and I didn't get in until about 1:15, almost 1:30. You know, I don't mind waiting in line for something that there's an enormous crowd for. But when you make me wait in line for something that you fucked up on and then don't offer me an explanation, but then try to make me feel bad for it afterwards, days later, when I'm trying to engage with the community in which was attending your event, it's a bad look on you. Because I care. You don't. And my care shows by the fact that I put in that time in that line. That I put in that time for hours walking around and shaking hands and introducing myself and talking to people and taking videos and sharing my stories about how I found their pens, why I like their shit, where I see it going, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. When I first walked in the event, I noticed someone that I knew. And I hadn't seen her in a long time. It happens to be the artist who did this shirt, Sand One. I worked with Sand for a little while in special events for her and in marketing. And I know Sand well enough to know her face and her attitude. And when I saw her walk out of the main entry door with the face that I've seen before of frustration, I knew from that moment that what I was about to walk into was going to be an amateur shit show. And it was. It was. It very much was. So all it took for me was to see someone that I respect, who's a credible artist, show their disgust with what was going on before I even stepped one foot in the door, and I already knew what I was getting into. But I kept a smile on my face because it wasn't about their fuck up. It was about the experience that I was going there to have with the artists that I was going there to meet. So I hope that you all got that from me, and I hope we didn't let all that ruin a good time. But what I'm going to say now and going forward in the future, just to finish the rant, next year, don't sign up. The only way you as makers and me as an attendee can show and vocalize my opinion and my feelings on this is to not buy a ticket, not sign up, not follow on social media, not repost, not do anything. Crickets, if you will. Time to give them the silent treatment and show them just what a impact that this whole shit show is making on them and us. And in the meantime, let's organize our own. That's what I've been having conversations with a lot of you guys, and I keep getting the same thing back. They didn't care, that you had nobody to talk to. Ricky, I'm calling you out. Ricky at the bank sale, I'm calling you out, man. And if you want to have a dialogue about it, let's do it, but you're basically showing me by your absence and by your silence and by your deleting of comments and blocking me and all this stuff that I'm right. And when I know I'm right, then I have no need to further defend or position myself on my stance. You know how I feel because you know I'm right. We're going to create something better than your Patch and Pen Expo, my friend. And in 1 year's time, watch out for us because I guarantee you're going to be sad you missed the boat on that. So that's what I'll say to that. If anybody has anything else to say about this, we can always keep, chatting it up on IG or whatever. But the comments, feel free, more videos. We have such an easy way to communicate in different ways now. Why not? So let's get back to the real reason why we're doing this, and that's the pins. The last thing I'll do is I'm going to show the usual stuff that I show, like upcoming previews and pre-sales and stuff that's low stock. I'll show that in a sec. There are other pin shows. They're very hard to find. VM Death. Yeah, you didn't miss out on much, although it's just nice to meet people. That's all. It's nice to meet people and share stories and blah, 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 and put names to faces and that kind of thing. So first I want to shout out Clay for, so there are a couple blemishes in my original Ladies of the 80s set. So he was kind enough to tell me to bring them in to the expo, and I did so. And so he hooked me up with replacements, which was fantastic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So we got those, the full set back going. Let's get to the first pin, not by Farts by Dallas, but by Crafty Tibbles, who is a tattoo artist, who I found not too long ago because of a happy nug that they made. It was a happy little nug that I don't have, but I want. This is the Grim Reefer pin that I found of his. Hard enamel, glows in the dark. It's just fresh. He has he has a large quantity of these left on his Etsy, so they're not in any danger of running out anytime soon. But yeah, are we gonna get zoom in? Perfect. Come on. Let me get some focus here. I can't get a focus on it, guys. I'm sorry. But it glows in the dark. Here, let's do it this way then. That's better. Clean, hard enamel. So when I get these excuses about hard enamel, black being difficult, I always prefer pens like this. I mean, look at the black and the gray on this. It's really strong. He did a good job, whoever the maker is, of getting the black hard enamel right. Just a fun pin for the collection. Comes with butterfly clasps. Okay, so that we like because that keeps it secure, you know. I'm not sure if it's numbered on the back or not. Let's find that out here. Oops, dropped one. Nope, it's not numbered, but it does say Crafty Tibbles on the back. He's got a nice little there. Sultan, you don't want to eat that. The danger of dropping the pin backs around the dogs, you know. So anyway, there it is. How's the lighting? I'm not sure if the lighting is bad because it's not zooming, that's why. I'm going to try to let a little more light in. See how that does. There we go. I love it. I can't wait to see it glow. Next, let's talk about the Get Rich Slow Co. So Get Rich is a LA-based company that I found not too long ago because of the Pizza Princess. So I'll just showcase some of my other pins of theirs. So they did the Pizza Princess with the pizza in the glass, the Hollyweed, Bart Trooper, I Don't Care Bear, and the Dead Bambi, Ode to the Deer Hunter. There. But I like Get Rich. They're a great brand. They make pens too, so if you need pens made, they can do that for you. But all these are soft enamel, you know, no hard enamel out of them, but that's okay. Because like I said, you can feel the ridges in all these. I love the Pizza Princess. It's one of my favorites. But they do this great deal where a lot of their pens they'll do on pre-order. And if you're lucky enough to catch them on pre-order, they're heavily discounted. So this Pizza Bell is the Get Rich Slow Co, who I'm featuring right now, these two pens of theirs. But they'll do a discounted pen and then let you order it up until the day that they get it on the pre-order price, and then it goes back up again. So you need to check those guys out if you don't already, especially just because of the value that they have. So this is their Slow Rider pen, or Low Rider pen there. I saw this that comes in 3 variant colors. I believe it comes in green and I'm not sure what the other one is, orange maybe, red. But I had to have the purple glitter. Purple is my color. But how dope is this? It's got the Hollywood skyline in the background. She bounces. Pretty sick. Double posted. Numbering on the back. Pretty sick. For anybody who is a fan of Southern California culture or just dope movable pens, period, the Get Rich Slow Co. It is pretty legit. I dig it. But I was told that by the Get Rich Slow Co. that they have each color and just the non-glitter variant. They're not sure what they're going to do with them, but they're out there. So, be on the lookout if you like this one and you want one that's non-glitter too. They got those. So, Then, so this is, if you're all Simpsons fans, anybody Simpsons fans, we got the Crazy Cat Lady pin that they made. This is their second running of this. The first pressing had an orange tabby cat in her hand. And this pin moves. So this is a movable pin, which I think is pretty cool. This one's got the black cat. Soft enamel, double posted. They told me they're probably not going to press these anymore. So this is the last running, but who knows. They didn't expect the first one to go so well. But this one did, so good for them. I missed out on the first one, but I had to get the second one. Had to. Just too cool. Not just too cool to pass up to go with my Simpsons collection, which is growing by leaps and bounds faster than I wanted it to. What's up, Peeb? Welcome in. Hi, Rad Honey. K Collectibles. All my peeps. Seven Deadly. All right. So the last pins I'm going to show from my Expo collection today were from Jad Dovey, who is a LA artist as well. He did this Marge Simpson, Blink-182 Marge Simpson nurse pin from with Alex Strangler, who's a tattoo artist here in LA. Pretty dope pin. This sold out pretty quickly online, and then they did a variant of it for the Expo this weekend, which I also got here now. And they did this original pink taco here that I also got the golden version of, because you guys know I do the Midnight Society stuff. I gotta have my golden pink taco. So let's show that first. The golden pink taco. Isn't it distracting? Pretty cool. Feminism for life. Go pink taco. And then Nurse Marge. The only thing different about this variant is that there's glitter in her red, in the parts of her red. If you can see that. Soft enamel, epoxy coat. Pretty sweet though. I love it. Just an overall good mashup. Tattoos are great. Good job, guys. This is double posted. It is stamped as well. So I got 26 out of 100. He told me I was the first one to ask for it at the Expo. So I dig that, even though I didn't get number one. That's okay. And then last but not least on the list from them is a mashup they did with the Pizza Boys. This is a Jaws pizza mashup. Y'all have seen this around for a minute. This has been out for about a month now. But he gave me a good deal, so I took this one as my third one. I almost went with the crusty mashups he's been doing, but I don't collect crusties much, so I collect sharks though, and here's a good pizza shark to go with the rest of my sharks. Soft enamel, you can feel it, it's cool. You feel the pizza, you feel all the divots and stuff. Yeah, the details on the Marge are pretty cool. They're pretty good. This has got a back stamp too. So that's cool. But this goes with my other shark pens, which I have right here. So the Bruce, this big Bruce is glow in the dark. That's from Memento Mori Goods. My happy shark here is from Patrick Hilliam. The fin itself is from Elko Lives. The mirrored shark, the one that looks like it's coming from the water, is from the Pins Bro. And the bloody shark is from the Oka Mikuma. I will post all these when I'm finished. And then also I have this other purple car. It's on fire. It kind of goes with my other car. I kind of collect purple cars, I guess. I have two. That's Corey Purvis, if you guys are interested. He had different variants of that. I don't know if he has the purple one still, but he had some variants of that. Yeah, you like my shark pins? I'm trying to build my collection, yo. I like sharks. We like sharks in this house. So yeah, that's it for the pin reviews. Let's go to what's coming, shall we? Oh, hi everybody. Look. Just look at me. How about we just look at me while I do this? And it's Shark Week, Dad. Yeah. All right, so we got a few good things coming. We got some low alerts. We got some good low alerts. So Quarter Press Picks is running low on his head full of magics. Go over there and check him out, Quarter Press Picks. We got Tribe of the Infinite. Pre-orders are ending. Go check that out if you didn't get one already. Atomic Pins is running out of his Life Finds a Way pin, so check that out. The Flip Pops are going fast over at Pin Life. These look pretty hot. I got the green pink variant of that. Pin House is running low on their Lobby Boy and their Grand Budapests. Oh, Duncan actually sold out of these, so might as well even mention that. Color Spun is running low on their Silent Hill Nurse pins, so check that out. This Citrus Sharp Designs has one Lisa Florida left. I have it myself. It's a good pen if you are a Simpsons collector. Check that out. These are running low. The Ooze Trooper and the Tiki Trooper pins over at FL Todd. Those are running low. So check those out. If you wanted them, time to get them now. And then, okay. Let's do some releases here. So I saw these late last week. The Resident Evil set that Grave Gamers got going on. These are pretty cool. Oh, Farts by Dallas says Super Nick Cage Superman is running low too, so check that out. Then this is the other one on the Resident Evil set. I thought this was pretty cool. Homage to the original game. Hope 6 released some new Beetlejuice pins. Check those out. I think they're soft enamel. I'm loving Jade Boylan's stuff that I'm finding. She's got a bunch of good stuff. I saw these blow pop pins. They're pretty cool. Itchy and Scratchy up for pre-order. Native pins. Native pins got theirs together as a set or separately. You can buy these from the game. Pencil Dick's got his can pipe, PBR can pipe pin on pre-order. Free shipping on that if you order it by the end of the week. Oh, if you guys didn't see what Space Cadet Collective dropped earlier, man, they did this and the blue variant, which is coming. The gold variant and this blue variant, which is so hot. I wish I could afford it. Sometimes you got to miss out on things, though, you know? Sometimes you got to miss out on things. This was pretty funny. King Drippa dropped this. Cease and desist Mickey. He's doing it to see how long it'll take Disney to tell him to cease and desist. That'll be pretty funny. Black Lodge merch says they only have 9 Booby Hill pins left. Only 9 Booby Hill pins, so check them out if you were looking for a booby. They're running low. Real Deal Lapel has been hyping their Drax pin. It's in, so go check that out. And then Pin Street Shop, this is from Bunsen Bean. It's got the Ollivander's Shop pin. Oh my god, I'm so excited for it. Really excited for that later this week. Dropping later this week. So I believe that's all we got. I think that's it. Yeah. That will do it. So tomorrow on the show, look at this. This is what I have to review. The hardest part about this is that I have to leave them in here. And I can't put them on the board or wear them. That's the hardest part. So tomorrow we're going to do some Pen Pal Club stuff. We're going to do some Team Weird stuff that I got. Pen Pal Club, this Szechuan is so cool. Got the Szechuan, I got another butt mug. So yeah, we're going to do some good stuff tomorrow. So check us out then. If you got anything else to say about the Patch and Pin Expo, please leave me a DM or a comment. I'm going to hopefully have a bigger conversation with somebody if they ever email me back, which I doubt they will because they're cowering in the corner, afraid that they're never going to be able to do it again because they won't respond. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to upload it to YouTube as soon as I can and look for us tomorrow. All right? Peace and love.